Hello, Dolly. And hello to you, sir. My name is Jack Willard. The title of our short video, many feel Bob Joyce called himself Elvis. Before we get to that, I want to say that we have over a dozen videos on the Elvis / Bob Joyce topic here because it is your favorite topic. Over a dozen videos here at the Virtual Church of the Disillusioned. That's the name of our channel. And then we have all those live shows. We've been doing live shows for over a year now, usually on Saturday nights, although we pop on to pop off at various times. Could be any time of the day or night if something's burning in my heart, you know. But lately we've been coming on Saturday at 10:30 p.m. And since there is so much email lately and so many comments in the comments section of the various videos, it's going to take several pre-recorded videos like this one and a live show to get through all that mail. But your voice deserves to be heard. As I speak to you, we're nearing 5,000 subscribers. And it never cost anything to be a subscriber here at the Virtual Church of the Disillusioned. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like what you are seeing and hearing, and hit the notification bell so when we come on live, which could be any time, you will know we're there. All right? Now, when people say that they feel Bob Joyce called himself Elvis, they're usually referring to a sermon he preached March 26th, 2023 at Household of Faith. Now, Bob was preaching about the disciples being scorned as they followed Jesus. Well, that's par for the course now, right? And Jesus said that that would be what we faced, and the disciples certainly got it worst of all in the beginning. Others would approach the disciples and ask them about getting Jesus to help. Or they would ask the disciples, will you please heal me or pray for my son, cast out a devil? The disciples tried to do it. It didn't have any effect. So then they said, well, where's Jesus? Where's Jesus, Elvis? Elvis? Where's Jesus, Elvis? Find Jesus. He can do it. I got that close, right, Pastor Bob? And people say, well, why would he mention Elvis? Didn't he mean to say Bob? And he called himself Elvis? Oops. Well, really, in this context, it would be, well, where's Jesus, Paul? Where's Jesus, John? Where's Jesus, Luke? You know, one of the apostles, one of the 12 apostles, not necessarily Elvis, but there it is. Where's Jesus, Elvis? Now, I know what some people will say. They'll say, well, because you guys are always talking about him being Elvis and it's on his mind. You know, and so that's why he inadvertently said Elvis and didn't even know, I don't think, that he said it. I do that all the time on my live shows. I say a mistake, and I never know till I watch the replay that I said it was 2024 or it was 1924 when it was 2023 if I was doing a video last year, you know. So I can understand not catching it in real time because that happens to me all the time. But, you know, there's a lot of names he could have said. And instead, he said, where's Jesus, Elvis? So many of you feel that he was calling himself Elvis. I don't see that in this context, but it's definitely part of his thought life, isn't it? And, you know, there's been those moments. There's been those aha. You thought that was an aha moment. Okay. It is certainly interesting, but there's been a number of those aha moments, and we have covered them in the various videos here. Um, Obviously, going way back to 2011, his stepson, he calls him Daddy. In my opinion, that's not accurate, but I only speak of possibilities. I could be wrong. You know that I say that, and I mean that because, I don't come to final conclusions, but I will say something at the end of this video. Anyway, so at the Denton's nightclub, Matt Joyce is sitting on the stage, and he is an Elvis impersonator. He's got the white jumpsuit with the big collar, and he's called up Daddy to sing with him. That is Pastor Bob Joyce, who's brand new to preaching in Benton, I suppose, at that time that we know of. We only know when he turned the camera on at a church. That's when we know that Pastor Bob began a worldwide ministry. Thus, saying goodbye to privacy, he's now a public figure. And so he wants them to sing American Trilogy. Talk about an aha song, right? And people have got their phones ready. They're either taking pictures, there's a buzz in the crowd, or there's video. And Bob is so nervous, he's scratching his ear a lot like Elvis, they say, used to do. And he's forgetting words, and Matt is feeding him the words. And then Bob is always trying to get away and throw it back to Matt. And Matt will sing a little bit, but then he wants his dad to sing the next verse. And he definitely wants Daddy to finish the song, which would require Bob Joyce to go to full voice, something he doesn't normally do at Household of Faith. He can do it to a degree with How Great Thou Art, but since he's sitting behind a piano, that I think distracts his vocal performance because he's looking down at the keys and what have you, and he doesn't give his necessarily best performance unless it's something that's pretty easy to play, like, oh, I don't know, Can't Help Falling in Love with You. Reluctantly, he decides to go for it, and he goes to full voice to finish off American Trilogy. And for many of you, that's an aha moment. Not that he did it as perfectly as Elvis did it in the Live from Hawaii special, but that was 1972. But he was very, very good, and was close, was fairly close in that song. So that's an aha moment. Another one is when Lisa Marie tragically passed in January of 2023, and a member of Household of Faith posted condolences on their public Facebook page. And, is that a definitive moment? Is that a definitive moment? I don't see how you could say it wasn't. I don't see how you'd get around it, Yes, after a church luncheon at Household of Faith in 2023, he sat down. They went back into the sanctuary, and he sat down at the piano, and he said, "This is for my wife." And he sang Can't Help Falling in Love with You. I was told in an email after that he was advised by the person writing me the email not to do that song because those conspiracy theorists. I mean, if there's a pink elephant in the room, they're going to mention it. There's a pink elephant in the room. Can you really blame anybody if they notice a pink elephant? Okay, so he did it because he's Bob Joyce and he'll do what he wants to do. Thank you very much. And he sounded very close to the record that Elvis Presley did way back when, huh? So that was an aha moment for a lot of you. The funeral card, which we showed, but the glare was terrible. I got another version of it coming in the Google Photos, so we'll do a video then. But it is allegedly, could be faked, the funeral card for Lisa Marie's private funeral, January 28th, 2023 at Graceland, Elvis Presley Boulevard. The card says that officiating the service is Pastor Bob Joyce. Now, when it talks about various people doing certain things in the service, shows you the order of the service. You've got Austin Butler singing the beginning and closing song. You've got Tom Presley. We show you a picture of him in the latest very successful video. Did Elvis preach Lisa Marie's private funeral? We show a picture of Tom. Is he the son of Elvis? You decide. And sometimes they refer to him as simply Bob Joyce. Other times they say Pastor Bob Joyce Rolling Hills. And I didn't know what Rolling Hills was, but Mike from London did, and several of you did. I won't say the other name because you didn't say I could. But Rolling Hills seems to refer to acres of land. That was the name of the development, Rolling Hills, that in 1974 Elvis purchased for his father, Vernon. Then 5 days before the alleged death of Elvis Presley, it was either sold, that parcel of land, or it was up for sale. I'm not sure which, but that's Rolling Hills. Bob Joyce, Rolling Hills, was on that funeral card. Interesting. And this isn't a time of joking. There was a reason to put it on the card, but obviously there was no joking involved in putting it there, you know. I don't think they were looking to intentionally give anybody a clue by putting Rolling Hills, but, you know, I'm not sure why it's there. I'm not sure why it's there. Probably someone does know, and you could let me know. I'll be giving my email out. So there is the funeral card, which could be faked. But more than anything, we've been doing this for 6 years now, as I have said before, and it has only become more obvious. There are just too many coincidences. Now, the Elvis protectors don't want me to say that, whether they be self-appointed or appointed. The trolls, the people who just pop on to say the same thing and think they're being brilliant. They've not watched the videos. They don't know anything about the subject. But they like to go on various people's channels and say nasty things. And I guess they get blocked more times than a professional fighter. But, you know, as long as the comments are respectful, disagreement is fine. But making fun of people is not. That's part of the YouTube guidelines. Don't want to block anybody, you know. But it's par for the course, and I've learned a new respect for the trolls because they generate views. So thank you. Subscribe and like. No, there's no charge for subscribing. Hit the notification button so you know when we're on live. And basically, right now, it's just your comments because there were so many of them in the emails. I don't give names out unless you tell me to. But I may read a portion of an email that doesn't give the author's identity away if I think it's a really good one. And we have a couple of really good long ones. One will be for the next pre-recorded video, and then live Saturday night at 10:30. All right. So I would certainly like it that when we do something that's not on this topic, that you check it out, give it a shot. It's my heart's desire to move on. It really is. That's what we're trying to do here. But I know how much you enjoy this topic, and it comes up in every live show. You can see all our past live shows and all of our videos. There's more than 100 now. total. So that's a lot of different topics. And it's all here at the Virtual Church of the Disillusioned. So I'll talk to you real soon. I appreciate you. God bless.